If you're in DC, Seattle, San Francisco, you've probably seen them around town. Colorful, unchained bikes casually parked on sidewalks, available for anyone to unlock and ride, even your delivery guy.
I ordered Uber Eats from the place I was staying at, and he literally showed up on a spin bike.
Mitch is a city launcher with Spin, a dockless bike-share startup based in San Francisco. Spin is among a handful of next-generation bike-sharing brands that have appeared across U.S. cities in pilot programs designed to find alternative transit options that can improve mobility for everyone.
To me, the main driving reason is making cities better for people. People on bikes are the most efficient way of and most environmentally friendly way of moving people around.
Public transit is indispensable to cities, but it's also expensive to keep up. And with urban and suburban areas continuing to see upticks in population growth, as new mobility services emerge, cities are testing out public-private partnerships to give commuters more convenient, flexible transport options.
As people move into urban areas and even the surrounding suburban areas, there's only so much that the cities can take in terms of number of cars that either go to these transit hubs or at least into the city, and that's where we'll play a big role in changing that.
These dockless bike share brands allow cyclists to park their bikes anywhere along their commute wherever it's convenient to them, and not just at the designated docks.
So you walk up to the bike, and basically each bike has a unique identifier and a QR code. Okay. And so on the map, you'll see a few bikes in the area and then one right near us. So we can just go ahead and open up scan, and I'll scan this code here, start the trip, and I'll unlock.
In 2008, Washington, D.C.'s Capital Bikeshare became the first official bikeshare program in the country. Since then, similar systems have rolled out in dozens of cities.
Mobility advocates say that these new dockless bike share programs could help decongest cities if more people are riding on bikes rather than cars or buses or other transit, and at a lower cost.
Spin, for instance, charges users $1 for a 30-minute ride.
The idea was to provide a transit service, an alternative transit service, using bikes. Almost 20% of district residents bike or walk to work every day. Another 35% or so take transit to work. And so we're really trying to fill and meet that demand in a safe and reliable way.
In D.C., for example, the district's transportation department ran a survey and found there's an equity gap in terms of who is using Capital Bikeshare. Especially in so-called transit deserts, where access is limited, fewer people are riding.
Why is that necessary, and what gaps is that helping fill?
East of the river here in DC tends to be lower income. Those are some of the folks that haven't been able to access or chosen to access Capital Bikeshare in the past. We wanted to see whether they could fill some of these gaps where we've had a harder time expanding so far.
These companies are trying to bring eco-friendly, affordable transportation solutions to more riders, specifically in areas where transportation is hard to come by.
Beyond reduced fares, what are other ways that you're making these bikes more accessible to areas that lack transportation?
What we're trialing in Seattle is a program called Spin Access. Anyone can buy a card, much like a Starbucks gift card, with just cash. And all they have to do is text the special code on that card to our system, and they will be able to then unlock our bikes with just texting without the need for a smartphone, without the need for a credit card.
Ultimately, if these pilot programs reveal the perfect mix of low-cost, high-quality transportation solutions, it'll be a win for urban planners, bike share owners, and most importantly, residents.